any kind of word can be called as verruca. Shereen, this is a versatile cloth.
How do you say that, mommy?
Because if you want to use this as a blanket, you can use this as a blanket, or you can use this as a table cover. Versatile is British and versatile. Okay, versatile American, versatile is British. I prefer American, so I call it as versatile. It's able to adapt to any kind of change. It's changeable. Versatile, changeable.
Changeable.
There are versatile actors who change to any. And you have to recite the verse. You remember that, right?
Bible verses or poem verses?
Of course, there are two verses. One is the things written in Bible is also called verse, and also the poetry rhyming lines are also called as verse. And you think I'm well versed in cooking? Here, versed means very knowledgeable. Versed is knowledgeable. Okay? Do you think I'm well versed in cooking?
Yeah, sure.
Shereen, do you think why King Solomon wrote everything in poems or songs? Because he believed writing plainly will not be more attractive, and versifying, writing the form of a song or poem will be more attractive. Usually all the poets, including the King Solomon, versified their thoughts, okay, because it will be more attractive than the normal writing. What do you think about version? It's a kind of thing anyone is perceiving, right? You could be having your version, baby could be having baby's version, right? It's not version, it's version. And the fetal manual turning to make the delivery easy is doctor's version, okay? Doctor is turning the head manually, not naturally. That is doctor's version. That process is also called version. Verso, it sounds similar to reverso. Reverso means the back side of a loose paper, or in an open book, the left side. This is right side, this is not verso. The left side of an open book, the back side of anything, a loose paper or a painting or a coin, anything is called verso.
Mommy, there's an India versus Australia match.
But you have a graph to draw, X versus Y. Basically, versus means against each other. You know what? In the India versus Australia match, there's a problem going on between the black versus white, because Australians are white. Basically, everything is what? Comparisons, right?
Yeah.
Shereen, what do you understand when I say vertebra?
Bra, your inner part.
Yeah, the innerwear that I wear is bra, but this vertebra is something else inside us. It's the backbones, okay? The backbones, they are formed from small bones. For during the pregnancy, if it is not a natural delivery, they are cutting the shape of the stomach, taking the baby out. The needle is inserted between two of the vertebrae. Plural form of vertebra is vertebra.
Mommy, who are all vertebrae?
Yeah, vertebrates are the people who are having the vertebra. Vertebra means the small bones forming the backbone or the spinal cord. Okay? Who are all having the spinal cord, Shereen, tell me? The mammals, the animals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, which means they can live both in water and the terrestrial.
Yeah.
The frogs, the fishes that has backbone, everything is called vertebrate. Form a vertex.
Mommy, I want to stand in the vertex of the mountain.
Oh, which means a vertex is something where two or more lines or edges or curves meet. A point where two or more lines or edges or curves meet. That is called as a vertex. You want to stand in the vertex of a mountain. Okay. Here we go.
Should I sit upright or should I sit on top on the highest point?
Yeah, the highest point or the zenith is called vertical, and sitting upright is also called zenith. Today I went to the doctor for a checkup, and he asked me if I have diabetes, okay? And he asked me if your parents or any of your family members are diabetes, because disease passed from one generation to another is called the vertical transmission of a disease. What did you learn in school today?
Mommy, I learned how they process the shirt. First they take the farmer.
Of vertical one. What did you learn in your school today?
Mommy, I learned how did they make shirts.
First the farmers produce the cotton, they give it to the loom, and they pass it on to the dyers after making the shirt, then to the tailor. Okay, it's like a vertical cooperation between the manufacturers and the service providers. Okay, it's like vertical cooperation. It's not horizontal. They don't call horizontal, they call it vertical cooperation. Shereen, what do you understand when I say the word vertigo? It has vertical and go when you split it, right? Vertically, you going to a vertical place. Yes, it's actually a giddiness. You go and get a giddiness. It's a giddiness, especially due to the fear of heights. Okay, and vertiginous is you can say vertiginous valleys, which means extremely high or steep valleys, and also a person or something related or affected by vertigo disease are also called vertiginous. He's a vertiginous person, vertiginous going to vertiginous valleys, which means vertigo related things.
Mommy, I like her verb so much.
You like Rio's verb or you like Rio's nerve?
Verb, mommy, verb.
I understand. Verb means enthusiasm. It's like zest, zing, or zeal. And okay, look at this highly verbed person. See this. Daddy's coming home. In his very words, he said that. Here, very words means actual words, okay?
But I won't believe it.
In the very beginning, he was alive, but not now, Shereen. In the very beginning, is used to emphasize, okay? But the very thought of Daddy coming home, giving me a feeling that he will scold you for not doing your homework. Here, very thought means the first thought. And is it a bad news for you, Shereen? Not very? Yeah, not very means it's not really very. Okay, very well. Shereen, when I say vesicle, what comes in your mind?
A cycle?
You know cycle, but you don't know vesicle. Cycle is something you sit on. Vesicle sit on you. You're wondering, right? When there is a small fluid-filled bladder or blister or cyst, etc., which means there is a blister that is filled with some pulse of fluid, it is called vesicle. It is not only present in our human body, it is also present in plants, especially in the seaweed, and also present in the volcanic rocks as a small cavity of gas bubbles. Shereen, I think they started to whisper in church.
Whisper in church?
No, they're not whispering in church. Vesper service means the evening prayers in the church. Oh, Shereen, I'm washing the